1 dead, 23 wounded in Russian missile strike on Ukraine's Mykolaiv. Officials. NATO allies, partners have given 1,550 armored vehicles, 230 tanks to Ukraine. NATO chief. Stoltenberg welcomes Xi's call with Zelensky but says it doesn't change the fact that China has still not condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine. British Defence Ministry says imagery shows that by March 2023, Russian forces had established sandbag fighting positions on the roofs of several of the 6 reactor buildings at Zaporizhzhia. A Russian missile strike on the southern Ukrainian city of Mykolaiv early Thursday has killed 1 person and injured 23 others. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said on the Telegram app, "At night, Russia bombarded Mykolaiv with 4 caliber missiles launched from the Black Sea. The strike damaged homes and an apartment building." Russia denies targeting civilians, saying it attacks military targets. NATO chief Jens Stoltenberg says Ukraine has received more than 98% of the combat vehicles promised by NATO allies and partners. The deliveries include 1,550 armored vehicles and 230 tanks. Speaking Thursday at a news conference in Brussels, he said NATO has trained and equipped more than 9 new Ukrainian armored brigades, putting Ukraine in a strong position to continue to retake occupied territory. Stoltenberg also said he welcomed the call between Chinese President Xi Jinping and President Zelensky, but that it did not change the fact that China had still not condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Zelensky said he had a long and meaningful phone call with Xi Wednesday, with the 2 men agreeing to send envoys to Beijing and Kyiv in a possible initial move to broker peace talks to end Russia's war against Ukraine. Zelensky, in a comment on Twitter, gave no details of his nearly hour-long conversation with Xi, his first known contact with the Chinese president since Russia's invasion 14 months ago. Zelensky said, "I believe that this call, as well as the appointment of Ukraine's ambassador to China, will give a powerful impetus to the development of our bilateral relations." Later, on his website, he called the conversation productive and said it would lead the way toward possible interaction with the aim of establishing a just and sustainable peace for Ukraine. Chinese state media reported that Xi appealed to Zelensky for negotiations between Russia and Ukraine, warning, "There is no winner in a nuclear war." He was apparently referring to the threat of Russia using tactical nuclear weapons. Chinese state TV said Xi's government would send a special representative to Ukraine for talks about a possible political settlement. Negotiation is the only viable way out, state TV said in a report on Xi's comments to Zelensky. All parties concerned should remain calm and restrained in dealing with the nuclear issue and truly look at the future and destiny of themselves and humanity as a whole and work together to manage the crisis. China has attempted to appear neutral on the Russian invasion, in February proposing a ceasefire and peace talks. But Beijing has also refused to condemn Russia's invasion or call for Moscow to withdraw its troops from Ukraine, including Crimea, which Russia illegally annexed in 2014. Zelensky has repeatedly said his government will not engage in peace talks until Moscow withdraws its troops from all of Ukraine. There can be no peace at the expense of territorial compromises, Zelensky said after his phone call with Xi. Russia wants Kyiv to acknowledge Russia's annexation of Crimea and last year's declaration that the Ukrainian provinces of Donetsk, Kherson, Luhansk and Zaporizhia are part of Russia. Russian recon aircraft over Baltic Sea. In Thursday's update on the situation in Ukraine, the British Defence Ministry said imagery showed that by March 2023 Russian forces had established sandbag fighting position on the roofs of several of the 6 reactor buildings at the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant. In the Twitter post, the ministry said, Russia has likely constructed these positions because it is increasingly concerned about the prospects of a major Ukrainian offensive. However, the ministry said, direct catastrophic damage to the reactors is unlikely under most plausible scenarios involving infantry weapons because the structures are very heavily reinforced. Some material in this report came from Associated Press, Agence France Presse,